He goes on to say, the history of the present king of Great Britain is the history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to the candid world. And then it goes on to list the reasons, right? And one of those reasons is, quote, for imposing taxes on us without our consent.
Yeah.
End of quote. So, Clay, you're passionate, passionately proud of our country. One of your favorite comments to give out is, you're a great American.
I love it. America's the best place to be.
Yeah. So
a lot of people move here to start a business.
what do you think of when you hear this? What does this mean to you, this that you hear when you read this declaration?
Well, I think it means is, one, we all have a duty to pay taxes to keep our country free.
Right.
However, we need to be very careful that we don't just pay taxes without our consent, without knowing where our dollars are going, because if we're not careful, we as a country might end up paying a little over half of what we make in taxes. Now, the question I would have if you're watching this is, at what point does a country go from a free country to a communist country? Is it when you pay 50%?
Yeah.
Is it 70%? 80%? At what point? I mean, at what point do we take all of the money and distribute it out to others? At what point does that become socialism or communism?
And how much of that have we consented to?
I'm not going to tell you the amount. I'm just asking the question.
Good. All right. Well, hey, just to make this clear for you guys at home, let's go ahead and throw a couple of these taxes up here on the screen. We'll go through the list here kind of quickly. Clay, walk us through these taxes that most entrepreneurs watching this are probably paying each year.
Okay. Well, first off, if you own a business, you're probably going to pay a building permit tax.
Okay.
And I'm just going to throw it down. You might spend about 1% of your income on this. So when I built out this awesome building, every time that we build out something, we have to pay taxes. You have to set money aside to pay for taxes. They charge you for a building permit. You can't build without a permit. If you're in the great state of California, you're probably going to pay a little more for that building permit tax, okay? But that's a tax.
Good. What else do we got?
Next one, corporate income tax.
Okay.
You're going to pay tax on your corporation, This is your individual federal tax, but now you have to pay corporate tax, okay? So I'm going to add another piece of the pie there. Then we have our federal income tax, which we talked about. Then you have your federal unemployment tax.
Okay, what is that? What is that?
Oh, hypothetically, if you don't have a job, our government wants to help people out, which makes sense. So you got to pay taxes for that. Then there's the gasoline tax. You know, you hop in a car and you drive from A to B.
Right.
And about half of the cost of gasoline is taxed, by the way. So hopefully that encourages you. All right.
Give us another piece of the pie.
Hotel lodging tax.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'm going to New York. Going to New York, concrete jungle, where dreams are made of, to quote Alicia Keys.
That's wonderful.
I'll be going there. And when I go there, I'm going to pay some hotel taxes there.
All right, so what's the next one here for us?
You have that local tax. This is that local income tax.
Okay.
In the great state of Oklahoma, we have to pay tax on our income.
This is the heart of America.
Every time you pay $1, you have to pay some taxes. And so that goes to help support Oklahoma's tourism industry.
It's booming right now.
The schools. That supports the roads, and so you pay some tax on that.
All right, next one. What do we have?
Marriage license tax. So you want to get married. Some states you can marry a dude if you're a dude, or a lady if you're a dude, or there's just all different combinations you can have, but you're going to pay income, or you're going to pay tax, on that marriage license.
Right.
You're going to pay money on that marriage license, right? Then you have property tax. Suppose that you decide not to live out. Now, if you decide to live, this is a bridge right here.
Okay.
And if you chose to live right here underneath that bridge, and this is the two cliffs, and this is the bridge here. If it's like a cable bridge. If you chose to live right here, you would not pay taxes. But if you live anywhere else, you'll pay taxes, right? You'll pay taxes for that.
That's good to know.
Yeah. And then you have the real estate tax. That's like if you buy a property or sell a property, there's taxes when you sell something called gains taxes.
Good. This is wonderful.
Social Security, and I'm trying to make these small slivers, but Social Security tax, that's a fun one there.
Good.
Then you got toll booth Willie taxes.
Oh, that is fun. You're going through you're just going through, and here's one. Here's one.
The toll booths are fun because you never know the kind of people you're going to meet there.
Oh, that is exciting.
You know, so you go and have some good conversations.
I remember when I was in the car with you and you were going through one, and she asked, I think for $5. It was one of the higher ones, that maybe it's 3 something. And you just went through it. That seems fair. That seems fair. Absolutely. That's a fair deal.
Well, the true story is I gave her a 20.
Okay.
And she didn't know how to make change.
Right.
I basically said, forget it, just keep it.
That seems fair.
That seems fair.
Good.